What's up, awesome YouTubers? Ryan 1988, or Justin, back with a new video for you all, and today I'm here to review The Final Destination from 2009. So, The Final Destination was supposed to be the last Final Destination of this series, and at the end of the movie, when the end credits roll, you can kind of tell that that's where they were going. And the title explains it itself, The Final Destination. This was also the first movie in the franchise that was going to be in 3D, or it was in 3D. And back then in '09, 3D was, slowly making a comeback. You had movies like My Bloody Valentine 3D come out, and, possibly some more in between this movie and The Final Destination. I also remember this was the movie that topped Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 at the box office. I remember seeing Halloween 2 opening night. It was a crowded theater, by the way, and they were also playing The Final Destination. And I didn't see that one in theaters. I waited until it came out on Blu-ray. But unfortunately, Halloween 2 bombed pretty much. It didn't make as much money as the first Rob Zombie's Halloween. And the fourth Final Destination was at the top of the box office, and it's one of the highest grossing movies in the franchise. So I first saw The Final Destination back when it came out on Blu-ray, and nostalgic, play here. I remember this was one of the first Blu-rays that I ever bought in my collection. I don't have that Blu-ray anymore. I have this pack right here with the first 5 movies. But the plot of this movie is the opening of a race car track that is happening, and one guy out of a group of friends has this premonition that they are going to die at this race car track. And so, like the previous movies, a group of people survive, but afterwards they all start dying off one by one, and this character is getting these premonitions and seeing how they're going to die, or has an idea of how they're going to die. This movie was the first and is the only movie in this franchise where I could say that I'm pretty much disappointed in this movie. I was disappointed then, I'm disappointed now. Is it a complete, dumpster fire? No. I can watch this movie with the franchise and sort of be entertained. It definitely goes by fast. It's pretty quick. But you didn't have a lot of originality in this movie. Like the previous movies, when we're talking 2 and 3, they threw in an idea that yes, death is coming to you, but there's a twist, and here's how you could survive. This, death coming after you. So they had an idea. This one right here, I felt like didn't really have an idea. I think the idea was, if, gosh, this one's hard to explain because it's not really that great of a movie. But like if somebody survived or somebody didn't die, you all will live. Kind of that idea. A little crazy. Again, not really strong. Oh, here it is now. Death has to come after everybody who was involved in that accident. And there is one person that they later find out actually survived, and they have to get to him so they don't die. I think that's the idea. Again, this one was not the most original movie of the franchise, and it didn't throw anything new in it except for the 3D part of it. So I really have more cons, or I really have more cons than pros. I really don't have pros with this movie. I think this is definitely the weakest of the openings. It is the weakest of the opening kills. The opening that starts the movie. has a whole bunch of CGI that in '09, when they were doing 3D effects, some movies did it great and some movies did it not so great. And when you're watching this movie on 2D and you don't have a 3D player, it is really bad. And like, they used a lot of CGI in this movie. Character wise, I don't really care for any of these characters in this. I think the only character I really liked was there was two characters. There's a security guard in this movie who, you like. He has a heartbreaking story. And then I like the main guy's girlfriend. Like, she was pretty good in this film. Other than that, this movie's a disappointment. I could say that there's a couple of kills that are interesting. There's a death or a death that was gonna happen with a car wash. That was pretty cool. And the beginning's entertaining, but it's not the best. This movie was like the downhill of the franchise, and so you see that with this movie. So would I recommend this if you were wanting to watch it on your own, or by itself? Absolutely not. If you were marathoning the franchise like I'm doing right now, yes. It's definitely not as strong as the other movies in this franchise. And if you've never seen it, you will be disappointed. And if you love it, you love it. That's totally fine. But for me, this is the worst of the franchise. So that is my review of The Final Destination from 2009. Let me know what you think about it. I'm curious to know what you think about this one. This one I feel like most people hate. I don't like it, but I can find myself being entertained and watching it with the franchise. So anyway, hope you're all doing well. As always, you all are awesome. You all rock. And with a positive and with a negative, I'll talk to you all later. And much love to you all. Bye, everybody.